friends, what's up? My name is Joss and welcome back to squibblesreads. Last Thursday I announced that I was having a Q&A sesh because I just hit 1,000 subscribers and asked y'all to ask me questions, so I will be answering them in this video. I was gonna stick to my schedule of uploading 2 videos per week, but as you can probably hear, I'm still a little bit sick, so I wasn't able to get anything up on Monday and didn't have anything pre-filmed, so I do apologize for that. I did want to say thank you to all of you again, and I'm going to keep talking to you and keep on making booktube content. So I'm going to start with the more bookish questions. The Library Lush asked what got you into booktube, and the Bedtime Bookworm asked how and when you decided to start a channel. I feel like everyone says this, but I started a channel because I wanted to connect with more people who love books, because not a lot of people in my real life read. I uploaded my first video on October 26, 2015, so I've only been around here for a few months. The Lawn Gnome asked which YouTubers were most influential in the making of your channel, and that is Marina Shut Up. She creates videos on feminism, mental health, intersectionality, racism, cultural appropriation, and other topics that are so pertinent and I really appreciate. She breaks them down in palatable, understandable ways that are also succinct and thought-provoking. And I'll leave a link to her channel down below. Sabrina the Teenage Reader asked what is your favorite thing about booktube? I love buddy reads and I just love connecting with other people. Victoria at Hermit's Progress asked if you had to pick 3 books to define different stages of your life, childhood, teen, and adult, what would they be? And Lauren from Lauren in the Books asked if you picked 3 books to best represent your channel, what would they be? So I'm going to answer these 2 together. For my childhood, I'm going to pick the Magic Tree House series because they taught me how to use adjectives and they also taught me that you can really go to another place while reading. For my teens, I'm going to pick the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants series. I relied on these girls a lot for support just in the way that they supported each other. And for my adulthood, I think I would say that it changes every day because I feel like I change from day to day and my mood changes every day. So one day I could connect with one book and the next day I could connect with another book. So it definitely varies. Maria Santos asked what genres do you stay away from? I tend to not read so much nonfiction outside of school. I literally am assigned like 3 to 4 chapters plus articles every single day at school. Outside of school, I'm an escapist reader, so I like fiction that lets me climb into someone else's world. Sarah Night Owl asked out of all your booktube friends who would be the longest to survive and the first to die in the booktube Hunger Games. I don't know who's hiding some like secret martial arts skills, but I feel like if they put a bunch of free books in the cornucopia, it is every person for themselves. Kayla Rain asked, what is your #1 book with great conversation about mental health and treatment? This probably comes as no surprise if you've been watching me since the baby Joss days when I would film in front of my closet, but it would be Hate List by Jennifer Brown. It's so hard to pinpoint one book because there's such a wide variety of mental health challenges, but I love the way that the counselor in this book facilitated growth and exploration in the protagonist. Denise Marie asked, would you change how mental health is portrayed in fiction? You know, it's tricky because a lot of fiction does pull from real people's stories. And to say that they aren't realistic based on mine or someone else's criteria, it's not my place to deny someone else of their subjective experience. However, I do think that there needs to be a lot of discussion around these topics, so if anything, I would say that we need to put out more books about mental health and mental health challenges. Rita Renna asked, who is your least favorite character in your favorite book? My favorite book is Matilda by Roald Dahl, and obviously my least favorite character is Miss Trunchbull. Jade the Awkward Bookworm asked, how many books do you have? And I cannot be asked to count how many books I have, so I would say at least 200. Brandon asked, have you ever ruined or destroyed a book on purpose or accidentally? So last semester I rented a book from Amazon and the pages were already coming unglued from the spine when it got to me. And of course, in my possession from carrying it around, it just kind of came apart, so I did accidentally ruin that textbook. Maggie asked, which author would you fangirl most if you met them? I don't know if I would fangirl, but I definitely would have a lot of questions for Brandon Sanderson. Not only did I love The Final Empire, but I also watch his writing classes on YouTube at BYU, so I've learned a lot from him and I enjoy his books. Yvette asked, what is one thing you want to accomplish this year? I think I'd say that I'd like to find a method of budgeting that I really love. I do have a method right now, but I'm not sure if I'm 100% happy with it. Mandy asked, what is your favorite music to listen to, favorite artists or bands? This may come as a surprise, but my 2 favorite genres are pop punk and country. I like a lot of artists and bands, but I would say that I love the main Faber Drive, Jack's Mannequin. I also like Sam Hunt, Dan and Shay, and also Thomas Rhett. Sandy asked, who is your favorite Disney character? This probably comes as no surprise, but my favorite character is Sadness because she was able to empathize with Bing Bong in this one scene in just 1 sentence, and I was so proud of her. And Leia asked me what my favorite Disney movie is, and of course it is Inside Out. She also asked me what my favorite ice cream flavor is, and it is Ben & Jerry's Cinnamon Bun. Sophia asked me to be Room and Cliff, my 3 favorite Disney princesses. My 3 favorite princesses are Rapunzel, Belle, and Mulan. I would definitely beat Belle because then I could go into the Beast's library. I would be roommates with Rapunzel because she's fun and cool and quirky, and I would cliff Mulan because in Mulan they all fell off the cliff and they all survived, so I think she's totally a badass and she would survive if I threw her off a cliff. Julia asked me, have you ever dyed your hair a crazy color? Yes, in undergrad for a couple years I had purple tape and extension. And also, on a scale of 1 to 10, how awesome am I? Girl, you're like 100. Aoife asked me, what Hogwarts house are you? I was originally Ravenclaw, but the new Pottermore keeps sorting me into Gryffindor. Hope Ortego asked, what are your 2 favorite lip products? And my 2 favorite formulas are the ColourPop Lippy Sticks, the ones that come in the white tubes, not the matte liquid lipstick, and also Too Faced Melted Liquid Lipstick. Oh My Plot asked me, what is the most embarrassing thing that happened to you? I honestly don't get embarrassed a lot, but this one time at a work party, I was told that the dress code is festive, and then I was like, is that casual? Is that really dressy? They were like, oh no, it's just festive. So then I showed up in burgundy pants and a green top because, you know, it's red and green, it's Christmas and it's festive, and everyone else there is dressed to the nines, and I was like, oh god. Irish Reader asked, what country would you most and least like to visit? And Snazzy Darcy Reads asked, what is your ultimate travel destination? Right now, my ultimate travel destination is Japan. I don't think that there's any one country that I wouldn't like to visit. But I do break out into hives when I get sunburned, so I wouldn't love to go places that are super hot and sunny in the summer, but I would visit them in other seasons. Finally, Sophia asked, if everyone in the world could hear you for a few moments, what would you say? And I would say, you are perfectly fine and you are wonderful just the way that you are today. Whatever you're feeling, whoever you are, whoever you want to be, regardless of your past, present, or future, you are fine in this present moment. So that is it for this video. I just wanted to say thank you again to all of you guys for sticking with me. If you guys have any comments, questions, or anything else, please leave me a comment down below. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!